trasero está difícil verlo, pero yo creo que sí lo usan después de para el trasero. Creo que pensamos. No, no lo que tenemos nosotros.
Nomás se baja.
Nomás se baja. El carro gris es de la víctima.
Entonces creo que ya
Para este punto sí. Sí, para este punto. Ahorita es el único video que tenemos. Y ahorita ya le puedes contar más bien. Sí. Pero ahorita es el único video. Nadie ve ahí.
Nadie de la familia.
Todo lo que está, todo lo que está mirando. Es súper igual que está. They're heading down.
Sí.
Afternoon. I think most of you all have or all of you probably have the background on this case. I'll go over it again anyway, briefly. Because this is an open investigation, I'm not going to answer questions unless it's to confirm something I've just said, but I'm not going to answer questions that may get into the details of the investigation. So first of all, I want to extend condolences to the families of both Savanah and Matthew. I also want to reassure them that detectives are doing everything that they can do to solve this case. Savanah Soto and 22-year-old Matthew Guerra were reported missing by Leon Valley on 12/23/23. A clear alert was issued for Savanah by DPS because it met the criteria for a clear alert to be issued. CLEAR stands for the state's Coordinated Law Enforcement Adult Rescue Alert Program. Families of both victims reached out to SAPD on the 23rd to make a police report, but we had learned that Leon Valley had already taken a missing person report. Savanah and Matthew resided in Leon Valley's jurisdiction, and were last seen in Leon Valley. Therefore, Leon Valley was the reporting jurisdiction. Officers did document details provided by the family members under an SAPD information report. On the 26th, at about 4 o'clock, SAPD was called to assist Leon Valley PD at 5903 Danny K. Leon Valley was requesting assistance. Families of both victims were at the location and reported to Leon Valley PD that earlier in the day, they received information that the missing gray Kia Optima was at the Danny K address. When police arrived, they discovered 2 people in the Kia. EMS was called to the scene, and they pronounced both victims at the scene. It appeared that the vehicle had been located at that location for several days. The medical examiner had identified 22-year-old Matthew as one of the deceased victims in the vehicle, and he died from a gunshot wound to the head. The manner of that death is still pending. The second deceased victim has not yet been officially identified by the medical examiner. However, I think we can be confident that that second victim was Savanah. This case is being investigated as a capital murder case. Detectives right now are combing through days of surveillance video from several different locations that the victims were known to be, where the victims were known to be. Detectives are hopeful that surveillance video will lead to the events leading up to their death. Detectives are also combing through social media and cell phone records to determine the last communications with the victims. We have a video here that we're going to share with you. We have already put it out on social media. You may have already seen it, but we're going to run this video here today. We are hoping that someone is able to identify the individuals that are seen in this video. If anyone has any information regarding what they may see in this video, we would ask that you call homicide on 207-7635. You can remain anonymous. You do not have to give your name. The video was taken from a nearby location where the bodies were located. And finally, here is a slowed down image of the first person of interest getting out of the Chevy Silverado that is seen next to the Kia. And then here's another, there'll be another slowed down image of the second person of interest getting out of the victim's Kia Optima. Once you've looked at the video, I will take a few questions, again, only to clarify what I've said if you're not quite sure about it, but I will not take questions other than what I've just talked about because the investigation is still active.
Chief, you said the ME said that for Matthew Guerra, it was a gunshot wound to the head, but when we called them, they said it's a contact gunshot wound. What does that mean?
It means that it was there. When we talk about the manner of death has not been determined, the manner meaning, was it a suicide or was it a murder? So that's what the ME has yet to officially put out.
So there's a possibility that this could be a murder-suicide?
That possibility exists, but right now we don't believe so unless we get information from the ME that would change our current course.
You don't believe so, and I wonder the callousness of all this. What is your message to the person or persons who may have committed this?
You know, somebody asked me that the other night, and I don't know what value that adds to this interview, what message I would put out. I mean, clearly, it was a heinous act. It was, you know, unspeakable, the tragedy of it. I mean, what message would I give to those folks? I mean, I don't see what the value of that question is, but anyway.
And just to clarify, you were treating this as a homicide for both people?
It is a capital murder investigation,
For both victims?
yes, right now, unless we get information that changes that.
And Chief, when was this surveillance video? Is this from the 26th?
Say it again?
Where and when was this surveillance video taken?
A few days before
Yeah.
Days
the
before.
bodies were discovered.
And where was this? What's the address of this area?
Where what?
Near where the
What's that,
bodies were.
is this where the bodies were discovered?
Very close to it, yes.
Very close to it.
I do see, I believe he is handing something to the driver of the pickup truck. Do we know anything about that?
I mean, that's what we're looking at. What we believe right now, it was something to wipe the side of the car down with. You know, we can't be 100% certain with that, but that's what we're studying in this video, and that's what we believe right now.
And do we believe that these people may have any links of some sort? Do we know what links they have?
I don't know that, and again, would be part of the investigation.
So just to be clear, the vehicle, the Kia Optima, that's the vehicle that they were found in?
Yes,
Okay. But the person that's getting out of the vehicle, you're saying, out of the Kia Optima, is there somebody that gets out of that vehicle that you're trying to
Yes.
identify?
yes.
And you don't believe it to be either Matthew or?
No.
Okay.
So
Correct.
do you all believe that they were shot, the killings happened somewhere else and then they drove the car and dumped it? in
Well,
the parking lot?
you know, again, I don't want to get into the details other than what I've talked about here today. So, the answer to that question would be yes. But other than that, again, I'm not going to answer questions that are outside of what I just talked about.
So in this video, do you think that they're dead or alive?
Pardon?
In this video, do you think they're dead or alive?
Again, I'm not going to get into that.
And then one other question, the day of the crime scene, you called it perplexing. Now you've learned a couple more details. Can you go into why you used that word?
Because it was unknown at the time. I mean, we had been there not very long at all, and it was undetermined at that time whether we were going to be looking at it as a murder-suicide or as a capital murder investigation. So I think we've kind of gotten past that point right now, unless we get evidence that would lead us to believe otherwise, but I think we're past that point right now.
You
One
said
more
the
question.
bodies have been there for several days. How many days exactly?
I don't know exactly, but they'd been there for a few days, I'll say.
So what took you so long to find the car if the car was parked there for several days?
What took us so long to find it?
Yes, if the car was parked over there for like several days.
Nobody came across that car.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.